Reality. Reality receipts.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley. And today we're going to talk about The Real Housewives of Miami, Season 7, Episode 6. And we're also going to talk about The Real Housewives of OC, Season 19, Episode 2. I can't believe they're on Season 19, which is crazy. But also, we are starting a fun new little segment that we're going to do at the start of every episode because, you know, we are the Reality Receipts podcast. We do always have a lot of tea and receipts to spill. So we thought instead of sprinkling it throughout the episode like we usually do, we would start it at the beginning. So do you want to say what it's called?
I forgot.
This is so awesome. So
we just
came up with it. So we just brainstormed it. So this is a work in progress. You guys can let us know what you think. But we're going to call it the receipt report. Yeah, it has a sound effect and everything. So, you know, we're a really fancy operation over here. It's our... We're a very professional operation, as you can see.
Sound effects on our phone.
Yeah. There's probably a way to add that in some way. We'll figure it out. Like we said, this is a working title. It's hard to find a receipt sound that's not annoying, but, you know, a little annoyingness is fine. I'm sure you guys are used to it with us. So. All right. So should we get into the very first receipt report? So
Yes.
Yesterday, Luke from the Valley appeared on the Vile Files. I didn't catch it yet, so I don't have anything to report from that. But you know who did catch it was Jax, because Jax texted Luke from a fake number, or they're assuming it's Jax. There's no proof, but they're assuming it's Jax. So do you want to?
Said it's 100% Jax.
Yes, and no one is.
Yeah, she says it's 100% Jackson. They know they're friends, so they know he's known for fake numbers, fake Frank Drebin.
Frank Drebin, the Instagram account. Yeah, it sounds exactly like something he would do. And then when you hear it, you'll even think so even more. So this is what the text said. It said, maybe you should not go on a podcast and talk we're trying not to get the explicit rating, so I won't say the word, but this can be hard with this, but you are a loser. We never liked you. You lasted longer than 6 months. I think I meant to say didn't last longer than 6 months. Grow some balls. You can only be friends or talk to people Kristen allows you to. We all knew you were whipped anyways. Never trusted you. So that's what it said. And it came from a unknown number. So
like, who else would text him that randomly? Like, just wasn't a fan. Like, you know, like,
I know, especially like never trusted you and you're whipped. So
what's so funny is it's the grow some balls part that's like, and then you're texting from a fake number. Why don't you grow some balls, Jax, and say it with your chest and send it from your number?
And especially because Luke was talking about Jax on the podcast, obviously. And we talked about this on our Valley recap episode, where I'm not really sure how somebody with a massive rage problem like Jax is just going to sit back and watch all of these people film and be on this next season. Like, he is going to have a really hard time with it. And it's a little concerning because this is, if it's only rage text and he's lashing out that way, I guess that's not fine, but manageable. But I would be concerned that he's going to go farther because he's clearly not changed at all, which is why Brittany was on Watch What Happens Live last night. She did allude to the fact that he was fired. So Andy asked her, like, what did you think of it? And she said, you know, she found out the night before it was announced, and whoever made that decision made a good decision. So everyone's assuming that means it was not his decision. So
right. Yeah.
Which I could never see him voluntarily walking away from his show. So it makes sense. But I think it was obviously a good call. But yeah, she also said she's not really. She didn't want to say it, but she was alluding to the fact that she doesn't think he's sober. And then Zach was on Watch What Happens Live with her, and he was like, "Watch the reunion. We talk more about it." So a lot of people are saying whatever goes down at the reunion was mostly why he got fired. I think it doesn't go well for him. So that
Yeah.
obviously starts next week. So we'll see how it goes. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's our first receipt report from Kristen.
Yay.
The only other thing from Love Island, obviously, we talked yesterday about the Brian and Amaya cheating scandal rumor that we didn't believe it. There was actually a receipt posted, but not proving what this girl was claiming, but she was actually at a party with them. So
Yeah.
she posted photos showing herself with Brian and the cast. So she was there, but no proof in these photos of Brian with a woman or any of the things that she claimed. So
Yeah,
do you
she
believe
had
it?
like a half, she had half receipts, right? So she had
Yeah.
pictures of her that she met the four guys, Zach, JD, Chris, and Brian outside a club. So she had a picture with them outside the club. She had a picture of them at an after party, and then she did have a picture of Brian who was talking to a guy, a man with a man bun. To me, it was clearly a guy, but to me, you didn't have a picture of the main thing that you're claiming, that Brian was with a girl all night and
Yeah.
went to a room with her. And again, she said in her original story that they were at a club and the girl was with him all night. There would be photos of that.
Yeah.
There's just no way that Brian would be out at a club and nobody would notice him with a girl. So I'm not buying it. And I think it actually invalidates her story even more. The fact that you got pictures of every single thing else except for Brian with the girl. Like,
Yeah. And the fact that she deleted the video, she went private. So it's like, if it's true, then you made that whole story time video, you would stand on that. But obviously, if it's not true and it starts picking up traction, you kind of panic, like, wait a minute, I don't want to get sued here, or I just don't want this attention when I don't have any proof. So yeah, I wouldn't call that a receipt necessarily, but it wasn't, when we talked about it yesterday, we didn't know if she had any photos. So she does, just not of Brian with anybody. So yeah, it doesn't really prove her story in any way. So
yeah, but that was a good effort, right? To post pictures of like half the story. So it kind of validates. She was hoping that it would validate her entire story, but I don't know why people think that they can post something like that and it's not going to go mega viral. Like anything that you post about this cast right now is going to go mega viral. And I think, yes, the concern that because people jump in my comments all the time telling me I'm about to get sued, and I'm like, okay, but like if you don't know the game, like you think that could actually happen, and then you get scared, so.
yeah, so yeah, I don't believe it either, and I don't think either of them have spoken on it. I saw someone say that Brian had posted a photo with him and Amaya, just showing that they're together still, but no, they haven't like actually come out with a statement saying this didn't happen. So, which is smart. I don't think there's any reason in making a full statement and bringing more attention to it. I think she deleted it. It's just going to go away. So just a lesson from the cast to not take these photos of people, but also why shouldn't they, right? Like you don't think that people are going to take a photo at a club and run with a fake story, but unfortunately,
Well, I
that's
mean,
just what
yeah, I don't think there's
happens.
anything wrong with taking fan photos, right? But
Yeah.
also it is, you have to be very cautious and know that if you are, which again, like I don't think any of them are that, you know,
Yeah.
they have brain cells to know like everybody has their eye on us right now. So it's for Brian to be in a club publicly with another woman, like he would know that somebody would take a picture. That's the first thing someone's gonna do, you
Yeah.
know? So
One final receipt for our report is Ace released a little diss track on us today. Not us personally, but us collectively as a whole watching it. So, what did you think? Were your feelings hurt?
it was great. I thought it was really good. He released a little diss track against the fans and the people watching who didn't like him, and then I guess people in the villa who thought he was the ringleader or whatever. It was pretty good. Ace is not a bad rapper, so I thought it
Yeah,
got
I
a
mean,
nice little beat, nice little ring.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well just embrace it, right? Like at least he talks in the diss track about like how all his money's rolling in now, right? It's like people can hate him, but he's still gonna make money and do well, so you might as well rub it in people's faces. And a few of it was about like the comment section, so about fans. But then yeah, there was one line where it was like, in the villa, you were nice to my face or something. So it did feel a little
Yeah.
bit to the Islanders
Should we
too.
play it? Should we play the diss track?
Yeah, we could play it if you
I'm
haven't heard
pretty
it
sure
yet.
somebody says it. Or yeah, let's play it if you guys
We'll give
haven't
you a
heard it.
world exclusive if you haven't heard it yet.
Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, I won't dance.
Yeah, popping it. I'm with the girl, do I drop it in bands, I'm dropping it. Me, I stay off the way, but yeah, we dropping shit. We looking on it, cause nothing about us is squatting breaks. I don't care for the gossip and the feedback. When it's face to face in the mirror, they all creep back. We outside and peep that. Opinions, you can keep that. Everybody's talking to the front, yeah, I need that. I'm on time riding around with the seat back. Greasy ass penis in the comments, it's time to squeeze back. The hype jokes is mad fucking shit, y'all can keep that. Jump kids, nah, y'all can't reach that. Hating on the next man, nah, I can't be that. No, I got my reason for things, you can believe that. 24 hours in a day, but y'all ain't see that. So I'm the ringleader, huh? Okay, yeah, I'll be that. It's Mr. President of the program, now I'm locked in. I'm just a triple dirty dog, can't be boxed in. I'm around the corner with dudes, just getting socked in. Hey, it's been a sort new TikTok dance. Have fun.
Oh God,
It's
damn,
hard.
my friend's calling me.
Well, I think we got the idea.
You got the gist. If you guys want to check it out, it's on his TikTok. I mean, on his Instagram, Real A Screen. Not bad. I guess he was. I mean, he's commenting on everything we've been saying. That he was hating on Jeremiah. That he's the ringleader.
Sure.
The comments that he's getting. Yeah, his stacking his money. We can't reach that. His little dance.
Wait, so does this mean clocking it?
Yep, clocking it. Clock that.
I didn't know that. I always see people doing it, but I didn't know what it means. So, okay. Clock it.
Clock it.
Love it. Okay. It
I
all
do
makes
it with
sense.
this finger, but you're supposed to do it with this finger. Don't look at my nail, it broke.
Both fingers or just one?
Like you could do it like with the pointer and the thumb, but I like to do it with the middle finger. But
Oh, okay. I like that. Yeah, I would need better nails to do this, but I won't. My nails horrify Ricky, so I won't.
yeah, so when you go upstairs to your kids, be like, clock it. They're gonna be like,
I will.
they're gonna like literally bury themselves under a pillow.
Yes, you know what? They might know that they know like everything cool that I don't know, so they probably know
I know,
it. So
and you're gonna embarrass them, like trying to like be cool.
I
They're gonna be like, oh my god, our mom's trying to be cool.
I do. They get so mad when I'm like skibbity riz or yeah, they like that one. They know all of the words. So. They get very offended when I say it, but I'm like, if you're saying it, I'm gonna say it. That's how I learn. So I'm gonna
So
do this to them when I get up there. So I learned so much here. It's perfect.
perfect. Yeah. So that was his little dissy diss track. But yeah, I just think that's all we have for our receipt report today.
Yeah.
Play us out.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know. Oh, should I do the song again?
At the end. And that's it for our receipt report today.
We will come up with a more professional way. This is just the testing phase. So let us know. Do you like receipt report? Do you like the sound, or is it hurting your ears? So, like I said, printing receipt is hard to find a non-annoying one. So we'll do our best. So
yeah.
All right. Should we? Yeah, me too. We get into the Real Housewives of Miami. I thought it was a good episode. I'm enjoying these ladies. I feel like Lisa and Larsa are so entertaining, just the two of them. I could watch them fight. So, but it started back at the narcissist party, obviously. What did you think of everyone putting their red flags in Lisa's jar?
I thought it was hilarious because I think, like you said, they all possess some of those qualities. But since I'm a new watcher, it did seem like I thought it was so funny that one of the red flag ones was like, who victimizes themselves the most. And then she literally in that moment victimized herself, like starts crying and starts like
Yeah.
making the moment all about her, but
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it didn't feel good to get picked for almost everything. You know what I mean?
yeah.
If she had gotten picked for some stuff, I think it would have been an easier pill to swallow if, I mean, I would feel like the group didn't like me. I was waiting
Mhm.
to see how this exercise was progressive. It didn't
Right?
seem like
I
it.
know that guy was there acting like it was some sort of like spiritual exercise, and I'm like, this just looks like a bunch of people hating on each other. I don't really get
Yeah,
it. I did notice that Adriana was like thinking he was cute too. I knew that that's why Alexia had him there. I think she was just trying to hit on him, but I think Adriana already has her fake French boyfriend, so she can't go
yeah,
with this
yeah,
guy.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's hard because Lisa's going through obviously some grief right now. So I think when you're going through that, you're already like heightened emotions, and I see why she feels a little picked on because she's already having like a hard time. So they could go a little easy on her, knowing she's dealing with that. I don't know why they all had to pick on her so much, but she
Because
is.
I feel like some of them deserved the flags. Like,
Yeah, I think they all have those qualities, like you said. They definitely could have evenly distributed them, I think, especially like Larsa has a lot of those qualities.
what do you
Yeah.
think? Which one do you think like Larsa deserved? Because I thought like lack of accountability like would go to
Yeah.
Larsa.
Or like, yeah, victimizing herself just because she was so upset with this whole taking a picture with Marcus thing, which was like, she made it seem like such a bigger deal than it was. So, and she's done that before. So, with like all these breakups with Marcus. So, I think she could have been all of them just like Lisa was. So,
And I
someone
think
called,
the girl who's fighting with Gertie deserves some too.
yes, Julia. Yeah,
Julia
she's been in.
deserves some.
Mhm. Yeah, I felt like almost because Lisa was late, it just made her an easy target. Like they were already annoyed with her, and so they were already like Stephanie had already called her out, so she was already in a bad place. So they were like, let's just not start any new fights and go for Lisa. That
Yeah,
was how it felt
yeah,
because if someone called Larsa Petty Pippin, though, that was funny. That was Marisol, maybe, but it
yeah.
was a good
I
nickname.
noticed that. I was like, ooh, is that a sore subject? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, so I felt bad. Like, honestly, I think we've seen Lisa leave something in tears like every episode lately, and
Yeah.
this party was no different. So, but the end was so funny with Gertie being the little referee.
Oh my God. I was like, okay, Gertie, you are literally making it worse. You're absolutely no help in this
No,
situation. Like,
I was funny though. Like I enjoyed her little commentary because it was almost like us watching at home where you're like, stop, just don't say that. Just let her say her feelings and you say your feelings. Stop like making it worse. But even Gertie sitting right there could not get them on the same page. So
yeah, I
it
think
was funny
like
though.
when Larsa is trying to have a conversation to move forward, she really doesn't know how to like not piss you off further. Like she ends up
Mhm.
saying something super offensive that just takes the fight to a whole new level, you know?
Yeah. Larsa's very unemotional. Like she doesn't seem to have a lot of empathy. Like I don't know if that's just like hard exterior she has. Like I think it was last season or the one before. Gertie found out like that she had cancer, right? And so when she went to tell Larsa, Larsa was just like, "Oh, how do you know? Like, how do you know you have cancer?" And it was like not an emotional reaction at all. And that was like a really bad moment for Larsa. And I think it just shows like like with Lisa going through the loss of her dad, like she's not good at empathizing. She just explains
Isn't
what
that
she's.
the quality of a narcissist?
Yes. When Lisa called her a narcissist, I'm like, that's actually true. Like I think of all of them, I would say Larsa has the most signs of it because at the like skipping ahead a little at the end dinner when Lisa went off to cry in the bathroom, like Larsa just sat there like watching videos, like she was not affected whatsoever. And like,
Like, damn.
oh, like she could care less. And so yeah, she she doesn't have a lot of emotions, which maybe that's just how she is on camera. I don't know. But
No,
yeah,
that's the quality of a narcissist is actually quite scary. Like,
yeah.
because, like you said, like nobody had any regard for the fact that Lisa just lost her dad, which again, she
Mhm.
keeps bringing it, like, not that can't be an excuse for everything. It really
Mm,
can't, but like, she does deserve like some grace and like some time to heal. But that doesn't mean like we can't be honest with you as friends about like how we feel about you. But
mm,
I do think that Larsa really lacks the ability to empathize with anyone, and that was
yeah.
really evident this episode. And like, I wouldn't want a friend like her, to be honest. Like, you know
No.
what I mean? Even I know we're jumping ahead, but to that end scene, that's like everything was going well, and she goes, "Well, you're full of." You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, just what? Like, that's not going to help us progress in any way by like you telling me that
No.
I'm shit. Like,
Yeah, and I feel like it would have been because Lisa is in this vulnerable state. I think it would have been so easy for Larsa to make it all better by just being like, "You're going through something hard. This is petty stuff. Let's squash it and like give her a hug," and it would have been fine. But like Larsa just kept picking at her and just wouldn't admit any wrongdoing at all. Which, I mean, Lisa does the same, but I think Larsa could have just let it go and not dragged it out. They've been dragging this out for a while now. I don't even know what they're actually fighting about. Is it still about the photo Lisa took with Marcus? Like
I
Larsa
think
has to let that go.
so. I
It's
think so. I think they're still fighting over that.
Do you think this is skipping ahead too, but do you think that Larsa did organize getting that photo of Marcus? The paparazzi drug
If
photo?
Larsa did, or if
Well, Lisa says because Marcus accused Larsa of getting that photo. That must have been after they broke up as like
yeah.
a negative thing for him in the
And then the
press.
paparazzi told Lisa that Larsa organized it.
Yes. So
Well, yeah,
Marcus thinks she
I
did, and
do
Lisa
think.
heard she did.
I think she did.
Yeah, I think
I
that
think
makes
she did,
sense.
but of course she's not going to admit that on camera.
No. And I think, yeah, that's pretty rough because I don't know what kind of breakup they had, but if you break up with someone, you still were with them for a time. Obviously, she knows his family and vice versa. So to like put out there in the press that they do drugs is a very low blow, I think. But I don't know what kind of
But
breakup they had. Not a good one,
yes,
obviously.
I mean, Larsa seems like a low blow person. Like she's gonna
Yeah.
go below the belt. She's gonna take it to hell every time. You
Yeah.
know.
I don't know. I could not be 50 dating like 30-year-olds. Like, that would be hard because yeah, eventually they're gonna want to probably be with someone their own age, and then
Unless I'm the
that's
30-year-old.
yeah, yes, that works. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to be the 50-year-old with the
Yeah.
30-year-old. Like you can't keep up with those 30-year-old girls. Like that just seems exhausting to me. But
Yeah.
good for Larsa. But yeah, I don't know if she really should be planning these like elaborate futures with these 30-year-old men because just have fun with them and then let them go back to doing drugs in France with young girls and don't be petty
Yeah.
about it
Yeah, I
because
mean, I think it's because we're in a day and age where you do see like older women, like Drea is significantly older than her basketball boo.
yeah,
And he's actually the same age as her son, which is crazy.
yeah.
And they have a baby together, and you know, we're seeing these relationships now where the women are a lot older. So, um,
I think it's great. Like, totally get it. Like, women are hot. Not that they never
yeah,
haven't
Larsa
before,
doesn't look
but
50 at all.
no, they look amazing. I'm just talking about in terms of like getting married
Like,
and like,
yeah,
yeah, and just like long term staying power. I don't know. For me, I'm just thinking to myself personally, if you're 50 and they're 30, then you're going to be 60 when they're 40. Like, that doesn't sound like a good time, but I don't know.
yeah, yeah,
I'm sure it works for some people, but Larsa does seem like she really wants to get married again. There was a
yeah.
big thing with her and Marcus about getting engaged. So if that's what she wants, I don't know if she's dating the right men for that, but
Yeah, she needs to, yeah, maybe date some men her age or
or like
70.
40. Yeah. Or yeah. Hey, if she dates a 70-year-old, she doesn't have to worry about him going to France doing drugs with young women, or maybe she
Yeah.
does. Yeah, they
See,
do.
it is a win.
Anyways, so back to the middle of the episode, we got to meet Stephanie's parents and they
Oh,
talked about her her fight. That's sad that I thought it was just her estranged from her sisters, but it sounds like it's her whole her parents and her. And
Yeah.
her mom looked very hurt by that. So
Yeah. And it's all from them working at her hotel. Like, why are you not talking to your parents because of that? You know?
yeah, I don't get it. I'm assuming it has something to do with her parents siding with her, maybe. And if she's got all the money, and I don't know what her parents' financial situation is, but if she's like taking care of her parents and paying for them, then they probably don't want to get on her bad side, right? So, but I don't understand how her sisters working for her caused problems, unless it was a situation of like, okay, I gave you a job, I gave you these cars, like now you have to do what I want, and it got a
I
little
would
like,
assume, because it's really hard to mix business with
yeah.
family, I would assume that because you are, it could be a situation, because Stephanie seems like a very like level-headed businesswoman. So it's
Mhm.
like if I hire you for a job, I have an expectation that you're going to actually do this job. And it
Yeah.
may have been, we don't know, this is just me speculating, it may have been a situation of like the sisters coming in and feeling like, well, because my sister's the head honcho, the HBIC, I don't really have to do anything. Like, I'm just here for a check. And
Yeah.
Stephanie ultimately ended up probably firing them because they weren't doing their job. And now it caused this big riff in the family because it's like, how dare you?
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely feel like it has something to do with them not working hard or not appreciating what she's given them, and which is too bad because yeah, if she's giving you this amazing opportunity in this big company, you could work really hard and get lots, like move up fast, I'm sure, because you're part of the family, right? So who knows? I'm sure she's going to be speaking more about it every episode, and maybe even they're going to come back together. So hopefully that happens because it looked like hard on her parents. So,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
family dynamics, right? It's easy to say make up, and it's like you only have so much time with people, and it's not worth fighting. But when you're in it, it's hard sometimes
Yeah.
to get over it. So we'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
Yeah.
We
I
did have
wonder how the
someone
sisters are mad at though.
someone did comment on our last recap about Stephanie, and I haven't looked into it yet. Did you see that comment?
No, what did it
Some
say?
They had some tea about her, but I don't know if it's verified yet. So this is a grain of salt, but they said something about like she was her husband's mistress at the time and all of this. They started out not so good. So it was like an anonymous comment. So I'm like, is this one of her sisters, maybe? So we'll look into it and we'll have it on our next receipt report because yeah,
Uh,
they were trying to say that basically she's shady and the way she's portraying it on the show is not true, but that could just be her sister. I don't know. We'll have to look into it.
It's like,
I'm
okay, so in that regard though, it's like they're married now.
Yeah.
So what does
I feel
it
like a lot of these relationships start that way too on the Housewives. Like Whitney on the Salt Lake City Housewives, she was his mistress. Now they're married with kids. So yeah, I think once you're like you were the mistress, but now you're married, so you're not anymore. So what can you say about it
it's
now?
just not a I guess it's not a good look either
No.
way, but it's like you'll always be, I guess, remembered as the mistress, I guess. But it's like, yeah, she's his wife and business partner, and like she's really holding her own within the company and helping him make money. Um,
Mhm.
so I don't know, but we'll look.
Yeah, then that wouldn't surprise me because he is quite a bit older, right? So it would make sense maybe if he was married when they met. She was saying her dad is only 1 year older. Do you think that was accurate?
Oh my God. I mean, I don't know why she would say that if it
Yeah.
wasn't, you know?
He looked a lot younger than her dad, but still like in his
Yeah. See
age
what happens when you
generation.
take care of yourself?
Yes, I know, so true.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah, that was her. Oh, Juliet and her, they had like her adoption, the lady there, they talked about
Mm,
that.
mm.
I'm so happy for her that she's has these kids adopted, but yeah, again, I'm like, it would be hard to start all over again with babies and diapers and all of that, but they seem to be
Yeah.
handling it well. She said Martina was loving it, so good for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Good for them. What did you think of Julia bringing up her fight with Gertie at the house after they already squashed it?
I don't know why they keep bringing it up. Yeah, they settled it. I mean, she literally threw water at Gertie, and Gertie was like, "We'll move on from this." And so to keep
Mhm.
bringing it up, I don't get it. It's
Well,
like,
I think we see in next week's preview, like, it's gonna be brought up even more. So,
what? I don't know if I saw the preview. What happened?
oh, it's like I'm assuming that it's about the Julia thing, but Gertie is like gonna bring up their text messages on a
Oh,
jumbo.
yes, yes, I did see that. I saw-
I'm like, woo.
Yeah, I don't think they've moved on from this at
No,
all.
well, I
So
think right, like in Gertie's defense, it's like if I thought we moved on from it and now here we are in this public setting and you're going to bring it up again, then don't be mad when I bring it up again.
yeah,
Because if we're not moving on, we're not moving on. So,
no. Yeah, and if she keeps bringing it up, sort of like making herself look like the victim, then Gertie's going to want to bring it up to explain her side of it. So
right.
we're not hearing the last of it yet, I guess, from any
Yeah,
of these women.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I think we talked enough about the final scene with Larsa and Lisa, but that was funny when the restaurant manager had to come over and tell Lisa to be quiet. She was
Yeah, and
just
then she like
screaming on the
and
phone.
basically they made up, I guess, at the end. At the end of it, they did hug it out. So
Yeah,
we'll see. But like I said, that I just don't think that that would be a friendship that I would trust, to be
yeah.
honest.
Oh, at the start of this episode, they had like some flashbacks of Todd. So was that like your first seeing of the way he acts? What did you think of Todd?
I was like, oh, dang. Okay,
Yeah.
he's an interesting character. Not he doesn't seem like a good guy at all.
No, and I feel like the whole intent of the party originally was about him, right?
Yeah,
Like,
for
what
sure.
does
She's
that?
like very obsessed with him.
Yeah, and that she was calling him a narcissist. But then I think because they started getting back together, I can't remember where I saw it. One of the ladies did an interview, I think, or maybe it was Watch What Happens Live, where they said she's very nervous about Todd watching the season and like seeing any negative talk about him because he's gonna like hold that against her. And so you can see that I feel like in this episode where I think the party was planned sort of like against him, but then they started making up behind the scenes. So she kind of like tried to make it about the women more. And like when Stephanie tried to say like, oh, it's about Todd, she got so defensive about
Yeah,
that.
like,
Like,
no, it's
yeah,
not. Like, girl, it was and is, but okay, it fits. The shoe, if the shoe fits, we'll
yeah,
wear it because we are all narcissists too. So,
right. Yeah, it was hard because Alexia without Todd seems like such a powerful, strong woman. So it's hard to see that he has this like hold over her. It seems like
Mhm,
he can treat her however, and she just takes it. So it's
men will ruin your
interesting.
life. Stay
It's
away. No, I'm
true.
just kidding.
Facts.
Facts.
Well, should we get into Real Housewives of Orange County, season 19, episode 2?
Yes, you're
I
gonna have to help
know.
me with the names because the only name I know is Katie.
Yes, Ricky was just saying all the women on this episode or this show look the same, and she's not wrong. They're all blonde and they're all have a lot of work done.
I'm
And
having a really hard time deciphering the difference, especially because I'm watching Miami too. I'm like,
it's a
everybody's like,
lot. It's
it's like,
a lot of new faces for you and new to some of the cast too, because they have new faces like Tamara. So, but she looks
yeah,
so good. They did a good job. But yeah, I noticed something about this franchise is it is a lot of flashbacks because it's a lot of backstory, right? Like bringing old
yeah,
characters in. So a large part of the episode is flashback. So
which I
I can
appreciate.
imagine, yeah, it's nice for someone who's new to watching it, right? But then like for someone like me who's seen every season, you're kind of like, yeah, you don't have to like explain it so hard. Like when they say this person is like this, and then they show like 20 examples. It's like
Yeah,
we know, but also I don't mind the flashbacks because I like the old seasons. So
yeah.
obviously it starts out with the lymphatic massage. Have you had one of those before?
I've used
Oh,
one of
nice.
those machines before, not how they were using it, but
Yeah.
they do like I've used one before and I don't necessarily know what it does besides make you super duper sore. Like,
Yeah.
like it honestly hurts. It doesn't feel nice at all. And then you're sore for like a week. So
Oh my gosh.
I didn't
Yeah,
feel skinnier after.
I liked how she was like, "Is it gonna get the gummy bears out or something?" Which was funny, but I've never done it, so it looked all new to me. I hear about like people doing it on TikTok like themselves, like a lymphatic massage,
Yeah.
but I've never seen these contraptions before. But
Yeah, I've used one of those before. Like you could do one by hand, like by
mm,
from a masseuse. Those are painful too. But yeah, like I've used one of those machines and it didn't feel nice.
yeah. So what do you think about Katie taking this video of Shannon at the gallery shoot? So obviously they explain a little bit of the backstory here. Shannon, she has had a bit of a reputation of like being a bit difficult behind the scenes, like towards crew and like obviously on these photo shoots. There was a big, do you know who Joel Kim Booster is?
No.
Okay, he hosted the Love Hotel, which was like the dating show Shannon was just on. And at
Okay.
the end of that, he came out and said like he had this big rant towards her, which was pretty bad. But he said basically she had these freakouts on set and treated the crew badly. So I just don't know what Katie's point of recording it was. Like, obviously, that would feel very invasive. Like, your cast is there, and like, those are like a different tier of people. And it seems like Katie is violating that trust a lot, like talking to bloggers and now recording them secretly. It's like a, what do they call that? Like a spy on
An
them
op.
almost.
That's what you
Yes,
call
an
that.
op.
An op. Katie is
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I would feel comfortable with her around. But then I'm like, that's the name of the game. I guess this is what they do to each other. They try to find out each other's secrets and they put them public. But obviously, Shannon's had some issues with secret videos and recordings in the past. So for Katie to do that is weird, especially because at the end of last season, like Shannon was really beloved because she had a hard season with her ex dating another cast member and people were really like rallying around her. So I don't know why Katie would go against her, knowing that like she's like the favorite right now.
Mm.
Maybe she thought that wasn't going to be a part of the storyline this season, but obviously that kind of stuff is going to come to light if you
She
do it.
seemed
So
very surprised. She seemed very
yeah.
surprised. But what was she even saying that she, because the shady part was like you not only recorded her, but you allegedly gave it to her op, who is
Hmm.
she's in an active lawsuit with. And then
Yeah.
what was she saying? Like, I recorded it and only let my husband hear it or something like that. Like, which didn't,
Yeah.
again, another lie. Just like I didn't call the blogger. I didn't reach out to the blogger. She reached out to me. It just sounds like
Hmm.
such a far-fetched lie, because what would you need to record it and let your
Yeah.
husband hear it for? And if it was only for your husband, then how does everybody else know about it? Like,
Well, and something that I thought was interesting was at the end of last season, everyone was like the fans were all hating Tamra because she was against Shannon, and they were really like obsessed with Katie and Jen. Like they had a new friendship at the end of the season, and everyone was like loving them. But if you actually went back and looked on their social media around like the time of filming, throughout the whole filming of the season, they were really close with Alexis. That's Shannon's, the one that she doesn't like that had the lawsuit against her. They were very close with Alexis. They had pictures going to lunch with her all the time. Like they were like a little trio. And I'm
yeah.
like, I don't know if people didn't clock that because she wasn't, they weren't as much on the screen friends. They were definitely a little bit, but I don't think people realize how close they were. So if you know that, it's not that shocking that Katie would take a video of Shannon and play it for Alexis because she was really good friends with Alexis. So I didn't understand why all the fans were so like, yay, Katie and Jen, because they were friends with Alexis, therefore going to do shady things to Shannon, which Katie did. So I don't know. They didn't show off that friendship enough on screen, I don't think, because people didn't really understand that they were close with her. So
Mm.
I'm not surprised she did that, but I think she's surprised to get caught, obviously. But she told Tamara, like, you can't tell Tamara something without it coming out. So I don't know what she was thinking.
She's surprised about all her shit's coming out. I wouldn't, if I was Shannon, I wouldn't be around her ever again. Like, that's crazy,
No,
because you can't trust what, like, you got your phone secretly audio recording in the purse. Like, you can't really trust nothing.
no, and I don't know why. There's a newer housewife on Salt Lake City that did the same thing. They were having a fight in a Sprinter van, and they busted her recording the fight. And it's like, what? Are you just doing that because you're new and you're a fan and you find this like cool and you want to show your friends? Like, look, I saw this fight. But it's like, you're on the show, like that you're already
Light
in the
is on
group.
the show. We're all gonna see it on the show, right?
Yeah. That's the part where it's like, what is the purpose of these recordings? But Katie's husband did have a weird moment with Shannon at the end of last season. They were at a party and Shannon appeared to be very drunk and she had like a little altercation with Katie's husband. Like it was like a little argument and it was very confusing. Like you would have to watch it. It was almost like Shannon didn't really know who he was. Like it almost seems like she thought he was a producer or someone that worked on the show, the way she was speaking to him. So that part I was like, because I think when they did that gallery shoot, the season hadn't aired yet, right? So they didn't know like what the perception of that fight was going to be. And maybe people were going to blame Katie's husband and be like, what are you fighting with Shannon for?
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe that's why she did it, just to kind of be like, see, Shannon does this a lot. Like she fights with the staff. So wish she would have just explained that in the moment, though. Like she could have just said, yeah, you had a fight with my husband last year and I was nervous that you were going to come for him. So I wanted to just show him that like you do
That's
this a lot, but it's still shady to do
I
that.
don't think that's why she did it. That's why
No, I don't think it is either.
that's why that wasn't to the forefront of her mind. It was more like,
No.
oh, my husband didn't believe that we were fighting about this, so I let him hear the fight. It didn't make sense, girl. Just be like, I was
No.
being messy and I was trying to let my Alexis hear it because that's who my loyalty's to. So I was
Yeah.
trying to let her hear. What you gonna
Yeah,
do?
because
Like,
it was kind of sad for Alexis, even though nobody likes her. But literally, when the season aired and everyone was hating Alexis and loving Shannon, Katie and Jen acted like they did not remember her. Like we were never friends, even though the whole like 6 months before they were besties. So I don't know why people haven't mentioned that much, but yeah, as soon as the season aired and people hated Alexis, they dropped her like a
they
hot
dropped her.
potato. Yeah.
These
So
women ain't nothing to play. They ain't nothing nice, okay? Trifling
no.
is what we call them. They're
Yeah.
trifling.
They really are. Yeah. So, what did you think of Heather bringing the onion rings and champagne to Tamara's house and then spilling it everywhere?
I mean, they're quite clumsy, but I thought it was a
Yeah.
nice scene. You know, it was, I know Tamara is like problematic, right?
Yeah, she's like the villain, you know. She's
Yeah.
always causing
I
the mess,
scene
but
at the end when the other woman came in who hasn't been apparently on the season for 12 years.
Gretchen, yes.
Yeah, so she's made a comeback and she's got a vengeance for Tamara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think when she said she looks the same? Do you think she looks the same? When
Yeah.
she's like, I haven't had any plastic surgery.
Okay, now that's a lie.
I don't know about plastic surgery, but
Great. But like
yeah.
you did something to upkeep your skin and just tell us what don't gatekeep, girl. Like
Yeah.
keep it real. Like
Right?
no, because she looks really good.
Yeah, I think I could believe no plastic surgery, but definitely Botox or something. Because when she had that little scene with Tamara where she was like, it's not the same. Like she was angry in her words, but her face was like frozen as a smile, and it was so scary to watch. Because I'm like, she's trying to like get mad, but she can't because her face is like frozen like this. So
Her face won't crack. So
no, it was literally like it wouldn't frown, it refused. And so that's just Botox. I think they all have that. So I believe her about no plastic surgery. She does look the same, just frozen. So, but I don't know why she filters her photos because she looks beautiful on the TV show. But Tamara did have her there when she said she doesn't have a nose in her photos because she puts like the filters on. And I think when you already look really nice and have nice skin, then you put a filter on, yeah, the features disappear. So she's noseless in her photos, but
listen to her photos.
it's a big part of the Orange County Housewives, obviously the plastic surgery and the facelifts and talking about who has what done. Did you think Jen looks a lot different, like Tamara was saying, from those photos to now? Like her lips are a little bigger, but I think she looks the same pretty much.
Yeah, she looks the same. What was she saying that like she tried to get her hair extension? Like something like she got her actual old hair extensions put in her hair. Is that true?
I didn't know that was legal. Like, I would think that's a health code violation or something.
Like
'cause-
first of all, that's really disgusting. If she,
yeah, I really doubt it. I'm sure
how
what
would
she
you
did.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
those
like,
was
wait, that's like my eyelash stuck in there or something. But
like, how
I
would you
think
know that?
more likely she went into the same salon and was like, I want what she has. Not, is that her discarded hair in the trash? Put it back in my head because that doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. This is kind of a new narrative Tamara's trying that like Jen wants to be her. I don't really get it. You don't watch Real Housewives of New Jersey, but Jen and her husband or this fiance kind of give me like Teresa and Louis. I don't know. There's something off about him. He is proving himself more, I think, as time goes on, but he's last season, like the FBI were investigating him. He's done some shady business stuff and
Haven't they
just
all?
yes. And I think she was married when they got together, so it was like an affair situation. So he's been a little red flaggy, but as time goes on, he does seem fine. So we'll see if it turns out like a Teresa Louis situation or not. But Jen is just really sweet, and I think when someone is really sweet and she seems a little naive and then he seems a little slimy, it definitely gives like, okay, what's happening here? Is she being duped or not? So time will tell, but they're cute, I think. But yeah, I don't think Jen's trying to be Tamara. I don't know where that's coming from, but
Yeah.
we
Tamara
need
seems
Tam.
messy boots, but I
She
like.
is. It's hard because they did try to fire her and they got rid of her for a couple of seasons and the show was not good, right? So we need these messy people. So I wish the fans wouldn't go like turn on them so hard because she's not, it's not like a Jack situation. She's not abusive to her family or husband. She's not like,
Yeah, she's just messy, which
yeah,
you need in
we
a
need
friend group if everyone's like kumbaya, which Katie is messy as shit, so she's a good addition.
it. She is. She's like the new Tamara. So
Yeah.
yeah, I know a lot of people last season were like, get rid of Tamara, but we need her. And she's been there. I think she's the longest running housewife, right? So she has all this lore with older housewives. So we need her in the mix, I think. But
Do you think bringing back her op was a good move?
I do think it was a good move because it gives some good storyline, and I think it's much better than what they tried last season. They brought Alexis back, who is with Shannon's ex, and it just wasn't fun to watch because Shannon's already a little bit of like a sad sack type person, like a poor me, and she's always got something bad going on. So
Mm.
then to have to watch her ex with this younger woman and be happy and rub it in her face, it wasn't fun to watch. It was just sad too much, Whereas like Gretchen she's with Slade, which you got to see a little bit. He is a housewife hopper. He's had some negative press, like the whole thing with his son. I don't know what the truth is, so I don't
What
want to
other
misspeak, but
housewives did he date?
so he was on season 1, so 19 seasons ago with Joe, this girl Joe, and I think she will be on the season at some point too.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, so he was with her for a couple years, and he switched to Gretchen once she was off the show. So it's like trying to stay in the mix,
So
or
they
just a
got
coincidence.
engaged and then never got married.
Right. And they
Well,
have a daughter. But when they got together, he did have a son from like a previous relationship. And so there's been a lot of claims allegedly from that mom that he didn't pay her child support, didn't pay medical bills, that sort of thing. So, of course, once like Gretchen and Tamara had fights, she kind of linked up with that mom and forgot, like, put it out there that he's a deadbeat dad. So that was where their fights came from. But
oh,
I
okay.
think Gretchen's a better choice for someone to bring back just because it doesn't have that element of like the sadness for Shannon. So it's more interesting to watch her fight with Tamara versus Alexa's fight with Shannon. So I just,
Okay.
yeah, it's a better direction this season. Last
Yeah.
season, it just wasn't good. So what did you think of Gretchen?
I think I haven't seen enough of her to form an
Mhm.
opinion, but I think she's definitely going to bring the drama because obviously she has smoke for Tamara and Tamara has smoke for her. And so I think
Yeah.
that there's going to be a lot of drama between the two of them this season.
Yeah, and I think that's what they realized they needed this season. They need someone to kind of come at Tamara because that does make the audience sympathize a little bit or like see two sides of it. Whereas like last season, it just felt like Tamara ganging up on Shannon, and Shannon couldn't really hold her own in that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't fun. This is more of like two problematic people going after each other, and you can
Right.
have a
And
side on it. Yeah.
Shannon is gonna have looks like an ongoing beef with Katie.
Yeah. So I don't know what goes down for the rest of the season, but Katie didn't go on the last trip. Something about like legal is getting involved. They're like, not if she comes back next season, we're not coming back. So it gets
Oh,
worse for Katie. Yeah. Not
oh,
sure what happens, but
well,
yeah.
we're only
She's
on episode 2, and she's done 2 extremely trifling things. So it's on
she's
days looking
breaking.
like it's downhill from here.
I don't know what the law in California is, but I don't think you're allowed to record people like that, are you? Maybe in a public place, maybe you can. You can't record a phone call, but maybe you can. But yeah, well, either way, Katie's getting served some legal papers, I heard. So I don't know if she
I think
recorded more things. It seems
California
like
is
a
like
pattern.
one consent state, like
Oh,
it's
okay.
one person. I don't know though.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a
I think,
state. I don't know.
yeah, I think obviously, like you said, we're 2 episodes in. Katie's already done 2 messy things. I think it's just going to continue. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's entertaining to watch. Like you said, they all look the same, but I got you. I'll explain who's
Yeah.
who. So,
Yeah. Like,
oh, the
she-
only other thing I think that happened was Emily with her kids and the food thing, which is so funny because my kids are literally the same. They are the pickiest kids in the world, and I know this is different than just being picky, but like my older son will not eat the ends of chicken fingers. That's how picky he is. And like when she talked about the flashlight on the fries, like my kids would do that. But my mother-in-law told me my husband has 3 brothers and they were all the same. And like my youngest brother-in-law would only eat white food for the first 8 years of his life. Like they've all had this extreme food pickiness. So I was prepared and expected it.
Mm.
And all my husband's brothers and him have turned out great. They're like one's a doctor, one's an engineer, one's a lawyer. They're doing great in life. So I've never let it panic me or like stress about it.
Yeah.
I know some people are like, you just force them to eat or you don't feed them something else, but this is a whole different thing. Like it's a whole different level of pickiness. So I get Emily's stress about it. It's scary, but we've just worked around it and found things they like. Like there's certain veggies they like, there's certain fruits. You just got to find what they like. So, but she seems
You're getting
very,
all the time.
yeah. Well, you'd think you get bored of eating the same thing, but I've seen with my kids, apparently not. They can eat the
Yeah,
same
right.
thing. Yeah. I don't get it, but my husband says like if he could just take a pill instead of eating, he would. Like that's how not into food they are. So it just blows my mind because I'm like,
That's
food is the right. It's very weird. So if my mother-in-law hadn't explained it to me, I think I would have been more panicked too. But they might have I think it's called ARFID. They might have it, but I don't know. I just was prepared for it, so I haven't panicked about it. But I think Emily's reaction is because they said also it might be like autism too. So maybe that's where that's coming from. But I just totally relate to her with her husband is so chill about it, right? He's kind of like, whatever, it's fine. And I
yeah.
think that happens a lot in like male female relationships because men are just like less emotional and more chill, and we're always like taking the mental load of being like this. You have to worry for everything for the family, and he's just
Yeah.
like whatever. So
They're cool. They're fine.
yeah,
They'll eat if they're hungry. They're not going to starve themselves to death.
exactly. They're just very like relaxed, which can be frustrating when you're like, I feel like I'm the only one worrying about this stuff, but
Yeah.
hopefully, I'm sure we're going to see more of it, but I'm sure they'll get it figured out. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm like, as someone who likes food, it's so hard to understand that right.
Literally thinking about what I'm going to eat tonight.
Yes, and it's such a big part of life, right? Like, yeah, planning. Yeah, like I love to look at a menu before I go to a restaurant. I like,
Yeah, same. I'm like, I
uh,
already know what I want before I even get there. Like, as soon as I get to the
yes,
place, I'm like looking at the menu. So,
yeah. So it's so hard to understand that someone's life doesn't revolve around food, but apparently there is people. I'm married to one, so
right.
it makes cooking easy because you're
It
like, all
makes
right,
sense to me.
you got
I
these 6 things you'll eat, and which one do you want? So
know. That's funny. We did
you
get another receipt report.
Oh, we did, we did. This is a big one for the Valley Watchers, allegedly, because I haven't actually double checked it, but I just saw the Bravo investigator, if you guys follow her, she posted that Michelle has unfollowed her boyfriend Aaron and wiped him clean off her Instagram. So that obviously is big news. I think in the reunion clip, they say they've moved in together. They're very happy together. So not sure what's happened, but
Oof.
that would be something we'll probably hear about on season 3 if they ever start filming it.
Yeah.
Are you surprised? What did you think of Aaron? Did you like him?
I didn't like him. No. But I did not like him. But I think that it's surprising considering where we see them right now.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously that's not a good sign. That's signs of a breakup. So
Yeah. I think the problem is because obviously Jesse was really awful to her and that was an awful relationship. Not always smart to just jump from that to something else, right? Because anything's going to feel better than that. And it doesn't necessarily mean Aaron is this amazing guy, right? It was just like, I think there's a Taylor Swift song about it. It's like a getaway car, right? Like Aaron got her out of that relationship, but once the romance and the honeymoon phase settled, I'm sure she looked at him kind of like, maybe this isn't right. Like being on her own probably makes the most sense, at least till you know what you want. Like going from one toxic to another. I mean, his eyes gave like party animal. I don't know if maybe because some scenes he wasn't, but some scenes he was, giving Jax. That's what I'll say. He was giving Jax. I don't know.
yeah,
Not to start rumors, allegedly, but
potentially. But I'm like, I mean that's a pretty big one though. That's a pretty big one. So
yeah. So stay tuned. We'll find out more
sometimes
information.
people overreact and you have a fight and you unfollow them and archive all your pictures and then you're fine the next day and then unarchive them and follow them back.
So true. Or maybe she was just worried because like they did put her last seat at the reunion. They had Jessie like second seat. She was last seat. Obviously we saw, well, we'll get into our Valley recap, but her and Jessie do end the season on a happy, like, we're going to work it out note. Her and Aaron are happy. Maybe she just is panicking, like, wait a minute, I don't really have a story here because I'm in a happy relationship. Me and Jessie aren't fighting. I need a place on the show, but
yeah.
I don't know if her and Aaron breaking up would be a big enough storyline to keep her around.
Yeah.
Do you think they would have just Jessie back but not her? If they're not going to fight anymore?
Yeah, because
Yeah, I could
Jesse's
see
more of
that.
a character, you know. Michelle's
Yeah.
boring. She doesn't really bring much, so
No, and I love that people always talk about how she talks. You're a disaster. That's how she talks.
yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah, she's
funny.
not my fave. Like I'm like I could really do without her if she didn't return, I'm not even sure that I'd notice, to be honest.
No, I know. I feel bad for her. I think it was a rough divorce, obviously. I wouldn't trust Jesse, him all of a sudden being friendly with her in the last episode. Like I said, I think he's trying to make friends with her and Aaron. Like he's almost more dangerous than Jax because I think he can control himself and manipulate more. Jax can't help himself. He just has
Yeah.
rage.
Goes off on a tangent.
Yeah. So we'll see. But
We'll see.
we'll be back next episode with another receipt report and let us know your thoughts about that. And if you don't subscribe yet, do that, like, follow, all that good stuff.
Yes.
Any other final thoughts?
No, we'll see you guys next time. For
Yeah.
I don't even know what we're doing next. The Valley.
Yes.
The
I know
Valley. We got
this was last week's episodes because we were on our little vacay. So we still got this week's OC in Miami and the Valley. So we'll be back in a couple of days to do that.
Yes.
Okay, see you guys.
Bye, guys.